On Netflix, I watched the recently added Delicatessen from 1991, directed by French dudes whose names I'm probably going to pronounce here. Jean-Pierre, Jeunet, Marco, Caro, I don't know. This is a movie I've been wanting to see for some time. There was some DVD that, you know what, maybe it was an Alien DVD or something. Because Jean-Pierre, God, I'm going through so much goose shit here. He directed Alien Resurrection. And I saw these trailers for this and City of Lost Children. It was just like, wow. Kind of blown away. Now, this is the same guy who did Amelie, which I, by the way, hated. But this, if you've seen City of Lost Children, this is maybe more in step with that style. Think of it as visually looking like a blend between Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection here. And you know what? This is kind of the way things go. You have a little bit of a surprise hit or a critical darling that looks like it could translate into a tentpole film, and there you have it. The odd thing about the Alien franchise is that the first 4 directors went on to make movies people loved. Okay, I think Alien is probably Ridley Scott's best film, but other people disagree. James Cameron with Aliens, David Fincher, and then Jean-Pierre, what's his face, makes Amelie, which I hated, but hey, I actually like this one. So, this takes place in a sort of alternate future. Think maybe Bioshock, a little bit of Fallout. You have a very 40s look, but it seems to be further in the future, like a little bit of mix of everything. They're in the 40s, but there's non-historical matters that have happened, so it's almost a sci-fi film. You're really isolated. It takes place at this apartment complex that has a butcher shop. Now here's the thing, they call it Delicatessen, but really the guy's a butcher. It's not like people are going into a deli here. They're going to the butcher shop. This weird set of events occurs. This guy's wrapping himself in paper, jumps into a trash can. He wants to get taken out to the trash and escape. But he gets found, cleaver to the head, cut to one of the best title sequences I've ever seen. Just a shot that's panning and dolly tracking everywhere, going down through these list of miscellaneous items that in some way relate to the job of each person. So it'll say like makeup, and it'll have like some makeup stuff in a mirror, art direction, all this stuff. It's really quite cool, and you might even watch this movie just for that. But that really sets the stage. I miss title sequences. Because of Marvel Cinematic Universe, no one gives a shit about title sequences anymore. Now they give you end credit crap. So what good is it to set the stage when the movie's over? I ask you. There, you learned something from me today. So anyways, we have this new guy coming in to live at the apartment. He's a repairman. His name's Louison, I think. I haven't really heard the name before. So he's there to repair stuff. He's going to get room and board. But in reality, he's going to be killed, I guess, chopped up and eaten. Is that the story here? You don't really see a whole lot in the way of cannibalism. I think it's very much implied. And the weird thing is, this is rated R. This could very well be the tamest R rating you've ever come across. I think there's like one F-bomb, and it's kind of like, oh, we finally said our F-bomb? What? Not a lot in the way of blood. It's not gory. I mean, it's cutting away from the guy getting cleaver in the head even. But this guy, he kind of falls in love with this meek girl that lives upstairs, Julie, and she is the daughter of the butcher / owner of the apartment complex. And it's kind of hard to pick up on that, I was like, I didn't really see that until halfway through the movie, that was where we were going with this. But there's different events that go on in the apartment, and it feels very much like a European film for this matter, where you'll have like eclectic people, and each little bit of an event will chain together into something bigger. So for example, you have things like these kids cause pranks. They end up getting some glue and a gun misfires, or what it stops up the gun so it kills the guy shooting it, that kind of thing. Little bits like that. But there is a guy that lives in the basement who has frogs and snails. I don't think anything actually comes of this. There's like 2 toy makers. One of them is trying to hit on this gal who's married. Another guy is tormenting her, so she's hearing voices and she's trying to commit suicide. And it's almost like they're fighting over the same chick, but they're getting different results here. As Louison slowly discovers he's going to be eaten, his new girlfriend here, Julie, defies her dad, enlists the help of these like miners that live under the surface. There's a lot of stories about them sucking people's blood or something like this, and they're going to help her because she has some food sources, corn, so they're going to try to extract him, but they get sidetracked and see the main squeeze of the butcher guy, and they kidnap her instead. And it's all done in a very much light-hearted comedy way. All the while, the movie looks great. It really does. Like, this has great visuals. Yes, you're confined to an apartment area. There's like explosions, and there's a room that gets filled up with water when Louison and Julie try to escape everybody that's chasing after them. I guess they're hungry, they want to eat, right? He's like, there's only one thing to do. He rips their clothes off, stuffs it into the cracks of this door, busts the pipes, place is flooding. When they open the door, all the water comes gushing out. They would have done this with CGI today, because today's filmmakers are lazy hacks. The movie looks thoroughly good. Has a unique look that you just don't see out of films today at all. Now, today's movies are just saturated. They're not achieving this look with gels, I'll tell you that much. So eventually, I'm trying to remember what happened exactly. I think the father fell to his death or something. Oh no. Louison, he had the circus act. He used to do it with this ape, Livingston. But I guess food being what it is, people attacked Livingston and ate him. So there's things like this mentioned, but it's done in such passing that you're kind of wondering about the world of this movie. More on that in a little bit. So he has this thing he calls the Australian. It's sort of maybe done in homage to the steel tip boomerang that the Pharaoh boy had in the Road Warrior. And yes, I'm calling it the Road Warrior. He calls it the Australian, throws this thing, this like glaive type device. It cuts things and then it comes back to him and he catches it. Well, evil butcher guy tries to throw it at him, it comes up short, comes back around, hits him in the head. You know, right there, Fred. Give him the old right there, Fred, as Bill Burr says. And that's lights out for him, right? And then everybody's just kind of living peacefully after this, even though the place is dilapidated. And they're getting up on the roof and they're playing cello, and he plays like a bandsaw. Or what do they call this? He plays a musical saw. And they just have a little moment there and you go to the credits. It's an enjoyable, lighthearted movie. You know that, God, what's the name of that guy I don't like? Who does like Darjeeling Limited, Royal Tenenbaums. I can see him looking at this and going like, wow, I need to kind of rip this off. I need movies that take place in an odd version of the past. That's what I need to do. And they're going to be quirky, except mine don't actually have good jokes. I give Delicatessen 3 out of 4 stars. Oh, and another thing. Maybe this is shared universe with City of Lost Children. They both See Less Children is like a higher budget, and it's got these weird quirks. It has this look like, oh, maybe it's in the 40s. There's a circus strongman and such. I might have to try to watch that again and see if there's any kind of reference to Louison and Livingston and City of Lost Children. Anyways, like I said, 3 out of 4 stars.